Oh my, oh my, oh my.
We're here with Zara Larsson, behind the scenes of the X Factor. Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah, you got that right.
Just thought for a second there I said the wrong show.
Yeah.
That would have been
I thought
unfortunate.
so too. I thought I was at The Voice for a second.
Yeah.
No, you guys, it's not The Voice, it's Jeff's the X Factor.
It absolutely is the X Factor.
It is.
Yeah,
As you
yeah.
can hear, I think you guys might even be able to hear people rehearsing.
so good.
You're in Australia to launch your hit new single, Ain't My Fault.
Yep.
How you feeling about it?
I feel good. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, like before you do any interview, like you do a bit of online stalking. So I was like cruising through your Instagram page, like whatever, on your Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I need to bring something up,
Yeah.
just because
Yeah, she
it's
has
a
not
bit
gotten
awkward.
the whole way here. She's like,
Oh.
don't even know what the answer's going to be, but I
Yeah.
need to get to the
But I
bottom
need
of
to
this.
get it out of the way and just
Oh,
done
wow,
and
I'm
dusted,
almost
so
nervous
we can
now.
move on to bigger and better things.
Okay.
On your Wikipedia page,
Yeah.
under the early life section, where it's
Yeah.
like about your life and
Yeah.
shit, it's like Zara Larsson was born dead.
No, is it?
Why does it say
It's
that?
so-
So
this-
funny because I got a question.
Ah.
Somebody asking me that yesterday, and it was I just gotta ask you, like, what was that about?
Well, you can see our research goes really thorough. Wikipedia.
Right.
But
I'm
for
like,
reals though,
what?
like I get it.
I guess somebody put that in very.
Like as a joke?
No, I mean I was kind of bored dead, but you know how babies they turn in the stomach or in
Yeah.
the belly, so the head
And
comes out
sometimes
first.
the wrong position.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to do that, so I stayed with my like a chicken like that.
Next year, you do that again. Oh no, we won't. Promise we won't freeze frame
And,
it.
Did you have these boots on as a newborn as well, like in the womb, like I'm ready?
right? No, but I didn't turn. So poor my mom. I got like I was born
Oh,
with
that's so
the
scary.
butt
Oh,
first.
no.
Hurt your poor
So
mum.
yeah.
She didn't come out that. Did she have vaginal birth or did she have to have
No, she had
C-section?
like no, she had the
The emergency
The-
Caesar section.
natural way.
No, natural.
Oh my goodness.
And it was just because the what do you call it, navel cord?
Umbilical cord.
It was stuck around my head, so I was like stuck inside of my mom. And so I was kind of like when I came out, they had just had to rip me out. I was very quiet and very blue, and I didn't breathe. But here I am today.
Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
your
Very
birth.
dramatic.
It's interesting
Wow.
because they say that also your birth, I guess your entry to the world can often also reflect your life. I mean,
is that
obviously,
trauma?
How is that reflected?
Well, I
in
don't
your
know.
life?
I'm just wondering because it's obviously
I'm making a scene.
Well,
everywhere
I think
go.
you want it your way. I mean, let's face it, like
Right,
the traditional way and the
Yeah.
traditional way of the world
Yeah,
is that you
yeah,
come
yeah.
head first, but you're like, well, no, screw everyone else.
Right.
I'm going to
I'm
come out
coming-
this way and I'm
they
going to come
really
out on
tried.
top.
They were
first.
pushing me, and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Wikipedia fact is kind of true.
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of.
but it's quite a
it's
dramatic,
funny,
morbid
it's
way
funny
to put
that
it.
they put it there.
But it says
in
born
my early
dead.
life. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The wording is full on.
I don't think I would
Wow.
ever have anything that interesting to put on my Wikipedia page.
I semi
Well,
wish.
that's a fairly good story.
I know. I semi wish I came out with my butt first too.
Right.
That's like a
we
good.
gotta add that. We got
one.
somebody
Is that-
add that.
good way
Is
to
that
start
how you
your
became
life.
so flexible? Or are you like a yogi or
No,
something?
I
or a
danced
dancer?
ballet for. I went to the Royal Swedish Ballet School for many years.
Really?
Until I was like, no more. Yeah.
I have to ask you a
Ah.
question about your Swedish life.
Yeah.
My housemate's Swedish,
Yeah?
and her name, she tells me that you have all different names and you can use whatever order name as your first name.
What?
Is that the same with you? So her name...
You know what? That is also a very funny story because I recently found out that Maria is not my middle name. It's a part of my first name.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like
all
you guys
very
have all these different... So
confusing.
you have all these different names. So we would have, you know, our first name, middle name,
Yeah.
and last name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in Sweden, as she's told me,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm getting this wrong, but you have your first, middle, maybe another name and your surname, but the
Yeah.
first three names, you can just pick whichever one you want. They don't really come in order. They're just your
Really?
three names.
Well, I mean, if you get a bank card and like you sign up for something and pay taxes and that, you gotta make up your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
At
and
some
I feel like you start school and all that, but if you have two first names, I guess that's what you can do. Because I went
Can
in
mix it
America
around.
to get my social security number, and I put Zara Maria like as my middle name, and they were like, they gave it back. I'm like, that's not your middle name. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it is, and they were like, no, it's not. It's
So
your
hang on.
first name. So I was like, what? I just recently
it's all
found
So-
out that I have
so-
two first names.
You had no idea that your name
No.
was actually Maria.
Well, I knew that it was, but I thought it was my middle name. But it's actually part of my first
Like,
name.
how are you going with that? Because if that was me, I would fall to my
Identity
knees.
crisis.
Honestly, in the fetal position, and just be like, my world is rocked.
I mean,
That's
she's
kinda
had
how
a
I
tough
felt.
life, as you can see. Also, the pit of her week last week was a pimple, so
It's
you know.
still kind of there, so it's a sore spot. So please don't bring it up. And I've just realised I'm on the left side. And as I sat down in my, like, when they're like, you sit on this side, Stacey sit on that side, I was like,
Yeah.
oh hell no, it's still there.
It's quite well.
There.
It's been consistent.
There
in
was
our-
like 4 heads in one.
It's like the
Oh,
Thinkergirls plus
I
that
think
guy.
you look great.
plus guest.
Yeah.
It's been
all right. We want
around.
to play a game with you before we
fun.
have to let you go because
Yeah.
obviously you're performing X Factor. You're busy. You've got
Yeah.
things to do.
You got to
It's
sort out your
called-
name, all this kind of stuff. Like you've got a lot going on.
You know, it's a lot.
It's called our Gem Lucky Dip. We have a podcast where we have all different women on the show and they
Love
each
that.
bring a gem, something that they're thinking but not saying. We put them all in this little treasure chest and we
Wow.
want you to pick them out and have a few comments on a few
Okay.
of them. You want to
Okay,
play?
fun. Yeah.
Yay! Games.
I mean, usually in the studio this is a bit bigger, so sorry
but
about the
it's
whisper.
but
cute.
this is like
but-
the travel version.
Yeah, yeah,
I
so-
get
Anyway.
it. I get
You know
it.
when you get those little
Yeah,
shampoos
for
and stuff,
sure.
this is like the same.
I love them. They're so cute.
Yeah,
Okay,
but they
first
don't
one
condition
is-
your
Yeah,
hair
I
as
know
well.
they don't. They're
Women
shocking.
watching porn, hell yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
thoughts?
right.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
for it.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I
Okay.
think, yeah.
That's good.
What do you guys think?
I think it's good as long as it's healthy doses. I feel like too many people have Brazilians, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's not much
I think
bush in
just-
porn.
yeah.
Get the bush back and maybe let's get a bit of perspective.
I get it.
around
It's
you
it's
know?
from a very manly perspective.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
It,
a
it
lot
all
of,
is. But I won't lie. I do think a lot of women enjoy watching it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we should talk about it a bit more
Yeah,
so you don't
absolutely.
feel ashamed.
Feminist porn.
yeah, for reals though. But
No,
some
but I
some
agree.
porn is like really full on. Like
I
I've been
agree.
watching porn before,
Absolutely.
like on my own and with my boyfriend. Like I can't. It's too full on. Like to watch
And
because
it's
I
like
like all the
nobody
lovey
does
full on.
that. Like,
Well, I'm a
do
bit
you
more
really
of a,
enjoy that? You know what I mean?
But that's why I watch lesbian porn because it's a bit softer, even though I'm straight.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm more
can
of
relate.
a like Disney princess. Like my porn is kind of imagining making a baby.
Oh wow. Oh,
Yeah,
that's cute. Like,
it's But
is there
type
porn
of
for that?
making love.
Yeah.
Is there a
Yeah.
porn category for that?
I haven't ever looked it up. Maybe we
Disney
should
porn.
check it.
You should.
I don't want to see Snow White effing someone. I just want to see
No,
someone
but I get like the
conceiving.
love, like
Yeah,
the
the love.
passionate.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
absolutely.
Because there is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I have heard of
Yeah.
that because all of the spoof movies that they make like dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our sexologist told us about that porno. Okay,
Yeah, we
that's
should
too
do
much
that.
on the
Anyway.
pornos. Please choose
Okay,
another.
next please.
Next one is first ever breakups. Well, the thing
okay.
is, for me, since I'm a young gal,
You are a young girl.
Yeah.
I don't really have a first breakup. I've had a boyfriend, but we're just been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth since we were like 13.
So you're the on and off couple.
Pretty much, which is so nice
Everyone
right now.
knows those.
Yeah.
It was because it's like, you know, it's not dramatic, and I feel like I love him dearly and deeply, and he will always be my number one. And if I'm like, we're in a very good place right now. And
So
I
it's that
always love him.
understanding and that
Very.
comfortability when
Yeah,
you get back. It's like
absolutely.
let's pick up where we
Yeah.
left off. But you're
I think
obviously
so,
when you're
not
apart.
dramatic.
But when you're apart,
Yeah.
are you guys like you can see other people or how does that
I
kind of
think so.
work? Yeah.
I think that takes. I think. Well, I hope he does too. But I think
He will now after
I
watching
think there
this.
is a
No,
maturity
he
in accepting where you're at. I think acceptance is missed a lot.
Yeah.
I think you
Yeah.
try and
Because in the
pigeonhole
end, like
yourself.
we were just on, so like we were like, oh, we're breaking up, and I was just
Yeah.
thinking, I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, not.
it was
it's dramatic. Yeah.
Not actually. but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one is plastic surgery. What's your thoughts? Ooh, it's so complex, this question. Well, in general, I say go for it. Absolutely. I am so not judgy. And I feel like these days we just see so many pretty girls, especially girls, because the majority of people doing plastic
And the
surgery
pressure,
is
Yeah,
women.
yeah, totally.
And you just see all these women with like unreal bodies and super straight noses and gorgeous full lips.
And especially
you're
on
like-
social media and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I looked like that. So of course we're affected by it, and also again, like I think a lot of it are from unrealistic ideal of what a woman should look like, which is bad in itself.
Yeah.
But if you want to do something about it, yeah, go for it. It's also a part of like a what would you call it? A double punishment.
Yeah,
like
it's a bit
you
of a
tell people
it's a
to
double
look
standard.
like
Yeah, it
like
contradicts
you got
itself.
you got to look like that, look like that. But once I saw a really cute video of a girl once on Instagram, and she was just saying, she said, I saw this really beautiful girl, and it was a comment underneath saying, she's pretty, but she got no ass. And it's like, what the fuck you want her to do about it?
Yeah.
You want her to just grow an ass. It's not how it works. And if she did get plastic surgery, he would moan about that. So it's like,
it's a fine line, because I think in the end you want, especially as a feminist, I really struggle with that idea of, of being able to choose and have power of your own body, but then at the same time, when does it end? Like, what are we doing it for? So I completely feel you.
But you reckon
it's hard.
It's a balance.
Provided that you're in a good mind frame and you are thinking about getting plastic surgery for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a boob job booked in, like in a early next year.
Really?
But it's something I've thought about for a really, really long time, and it's coming from a good place for yourself.
And you feel good about that, why not?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
One question.
One more.
One last one.
Traveling single.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's
Okay,
great.
well, this is right up your alley, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're doing. So you have a team, right, that travels with you. You've got
Kinda,
also a relationship on off. But I suppose out there with a backpack on your own.
That would be amazing. That's one of my. I would love to do that. You can't do everything in life, and I probably will never be able to travel single, just by myself.
Yeah.
But that's something I would love to do. I know my dad did. I guess it's different for guys. Maybe I would feel a little unsafe. Depend where I am in the world, but also this was like 30 years ago. But he said it's the best thing he ever did.
Well, I've
For
done it,
self-discovery,
and I think there were tough times. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not gonna lie and never say that the whole time I was feeling liberated and like I can meet everyone and whatever. But at the same time, the trips you have on your own versus the other trips are very different experiences.
And you're forced to meet people.
Yeah.
Like, you're
I really
forced
struggle
to talk to people.
I really struggle with that. I mean, maybe there is hope. Like, maybe you could get like a black wig and go to like some crazy undeveloped country where nobody would know you.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I mean, if I would, when I'm thinking traveling alone, I'm not thinking weekend in Paris.
Yeah, you're off the beaten
I'm
track, kind of.
thinking
like living in a hut.
backpacking in Asia with like $20 on my bank
you never
account.
know. You never know. Put it out there.
Yeah.
Zara Larsson, it's been an absolute treat.
Yeah, it was great.
Yay.
Thank
we
you so
we
much.
cannot wait to see you on the X Factor tonight. The new single is out. At Zara Larsson is where we can get more of you. You've been a delight. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great.
Blah, 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 blah.